Hello everyone, Alien Gaming here, and welcome to Monday Chats. And today's Monday Chats, we're going to be focusing on helicopters. And all those people who in the comments going, "Oh no, not helicopters, we hate helicopters." Yes, I know helicopters can be the bane of the game, but they are part and parcel of the game. There are two main types of helicopters in the game. We have utility helicopters, and you have attack helicopters. There might be a third one, there might be, but I've looked through every single one, and I don't see it. So there's two different types, as I'm aware of. Well, might be another one, but anyway. There are two, like the utility class, just like this G-Lynx in the British Tech Tree, which is rank 6, 10.3. This is probably the fastest helicopter ever, to my knowledge. I looked on Google to see if that's correct. The G-Lynx set the world record for the fastest helicopter, which is still there, I believe, as fastest helicopter of over 200 miles an hour. Well, if I take off everything and have no no weapons or anything, it'd be 224. So it's basically the fastest helicopter, and recorded. Anyway, let's take away from that. Helicopters are very unique in the game. They can do many things that, can do a lot of things that can be very useful and very a little bit toxic in some areas. I'm looking at you, Car 52s in the Russian tech tree. Those things are ridiculous. Anyway, this specific one, the G-Lynx, can carry many helicopters in War Thunder can carry a wide variety of weapons. We're going to use this G-Lynx as an example. This can carry 8 Hellfire missiles or 4 missiles to take out aircraft, like the ATUS, AIM-92s, or it can carry a gun, a 20 mil, a 20 mil, or it can carry some rockets like the Hydras, which is they can only carry. It's got 19 in each, no? Yeah, 36. 36 Hydras. They're alright, but I prefer the Hellfires because they're ridiculous. Let's have a look at those Hellfires. Well, these Hellfires are pretty good. Not about almost 9. Excuse me, almost 5-mile launch range. So yeah, and also look at that penetration. And also the TNT is 8.02 kilograms, which is a monstrous amount of TNT. If one of these hit you, you're pretty much buggered. So yeah, this is fast and also can kill pretty well. And it does have countermeasures. This has 128 countermeasures, which are here on the helicopter skids. Yes, skids. I call them skids. Some people might call them something else, but I call these skids. But you can see them here. And also up here on top of the helicopter is this. This is where you will use the this is basically the optics, basically, or the camera for you non-technical people, where you can view and range. And also this has thermal, I believe. Well, it has thermal. It should have thermal. Let's have a look. It's like any game. Not a game. What am I doing? Any helicopter or any vehicle, this has an armor layout, but this helicopter has no armor because, it's a helicopter. But as you can see in the X-ray, It is powered by two Rolls-Royce engines with a lot of over 1,000 horsepower, and you have transmission and the fuel tanks, which are self-sealing. So if they get hit, they self-seal, which is pretty cool. This also has a pilot and a gunner. Also, talking about optics for the gunner, as I said, the optic is up here, and this is the gunner. If you mouse over pilots or helicopters and aeroplanes, I'll tell you what they can do. That's what this gunner has: night vision displays. The optics can go from 3 times zoom to 12 times zoom, which has TV and L-Fly. It can be a bandwidth. The range is 43 miles on that thing, which is crazy. They also can track up to 12 threats, which is also really good. It has tracking detection, launch detection, which is very intriguing. The signal strength for the IFF, threat types on scope 43, type threats of 4, and auto tracking, and ISPs and LDRs, which are a lot of acronyms, which I do not know all of them, because I am not a helicopter pilot or anything to do with what any of this means, but I know what most things are. And as well as if we do look over the helicopter pilot, that also has thermals and zoom, so he can also do that too. They basically have the same thing, so they can work in parallel with each other. This is quite good. So the night version is very useful in night battles. And also, with helicopters, they have different... Well, that G-Lynx has quite a few things, but there are many different types of helicopters. So if we look at the America has probably one of the most helicopters... Well, America and Russia are very close in how many helicopters they have. They start off with the AHG-1G, which is almost pretty much... Let's have a look at that. Where is it? It's 8 point. There it is. Well, this is pretty much the baby Cobra. Yes, they're called the Cobra. As you can see, this very... I haven't even done much to this because it's not easy to use. This only has rockets, like Hydras. Oh, Mighty Mouses, sorry. And the 20 mil, which is crazy. But it can carry a 20 mil or 40 mil or 7.26 mil guns if it wanted to, as gun pods. So pretty much early form of the attack helicopter with the AH-1Gs. Then of course you have the very iconic Huey, which is an absolute gorgeous helicopter, and very unique and legendary in what it did in the Vietnam War. This can also have a wide range of things. It can carry 76 Mighty Mouses, or it can actually have some missiles, like 6 of them. But are they semi-automatic guidance? But only 2 mile long. Oh, Jesus! So you have to get really close with these on only semi-automatic. So it doesn't mean you have to guide those things? I think so, but I could be wrong. But those look absolutely 2 mile launch range. You freaking gotta get close to the battlefield for one of those things. That's crazy. All the way up to the modern day stuff, which is the Apaches. And these are the absolute bane of top tier. Well, from the Americans, because this is just... Look at this ugly but devastating helicopter when you come against one of these things, because it can carry 16 Hellfires. There's 16 of them. It can carry 120 flares and chaffs, which is also very but 16 Hellfires, which is launch range of 5 miles, almost 5 miles. Oh, those things are dangerous. So yeah, helicopters are very unique. So let's have a look at the Russians, because they are very... This is one of the most unique helicopters you will ever see. Has 2 rotors. And you're like, hang on, why is there not a rotor on the back like all the other helicopters use? Because if you look at this one, the G-Lynx has 1 and a tail rotor. So this will spin basically clockwise, and that one will spin like this. Can vary its like pitch, so it can go spin left or right. But for the car 50, as you can see, it has 2. It's very unique. It doesn't have a tail rotor. The reason why doesn't have a tail rotor because these rotors can spin 2 different ways. You can see if you look at this rotor here, how it's angled. That means it will go anti-clockwise. So if you look from above, that will spin anti-clockwise. The top rotor, which is this one here, will spin clockwise. So these are counter-rotating rotors, so it will never spin out of control. It's very unique. I mean, a few helicopters have that sort of thing. I think Russia is the most one to use those things. And also, it has flares in its... That's so cool. Also, this can carry bombs. Yes, helicopters carrying bombs, which is the most bizarre thing you'll ever see. Is helicopters carrying bombs, which is just bizarre and very dangerous. They can also carry like their own sort of version of the Hydras, which is 8 of them. Also, I can 12 of these Vickers, which are very dangerous because these have a more longer launch range, but only problem is the guidance range is not as good. So yes, it can lock things that have more of a longer range, but the guidance range is less. So yeah. So it can carry 2 500 bombs. And also this can have here at the bottom it has custom lineup, a custom secondary weapons, so you can pick and mix whatever you want on helicopters, which is crazy. But this thing, the Car 50, is just dangerous. Well, any helicopter is dangerous. So yeah, helicopters are very unique. They do have a place in the game. I know some people will disagree with that, but helicopters should have a place in the game. Yes, sometimes they are very... Well, they just don't want to die sometimes because they are very just... Especially the Russian ones. They just don't want to die even though you like launch 2 or 3 missiles at it. It still doesn't die because it's so... Yeah, helicopters are very unique and also very useful because of their weapons that they can carry. So hopefully you've learned something different in this episode of Monday Chats, where we focus more on the helicopters. Next time will be naval. More precisely, we'll be looking at... I think we should combine Blue Water and Coastal because they're very similar. So unless you want me to do individual for each one, then please let me know if you want a individual video for each one for naval, which is the Blue Water Fleet, or the Coastal. If you want me to separate them into 2 videos, then please let me know so there'd be more of a focused view on each one instead of a combined view. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, comment, and what do you think about helicopters, and also future Monday Chats. And also subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing and that helps the channel grow. Until next time, people. Ta-ta for now.